For the 28th year, Macy's is proud to celebrate Florida teachers. Out of 194,000 public school teachers, 72 outstanding educators from across the state will be saluted in this special ceremony. Now, it's down to the 5 finalists, and one will be named the Sunshine State's top teacher. Live from Hard Rock at Universal Studios Orlando, it's the 2017 Macy's Florida Department of Education Teacher of the Year Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Emmy Award-winning journalist, Deborah Norville.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Good evening, everybody. What a beautiful beginning to a beautiful evening. A lot has happened in this city in the last year since we were all together. Certainly a lot has happened in education. So much has happened here in Orlando. So much has happened in our country. And we know more than ever how important educators are in holding the fabric of this country, this community, and this state together. So it is an honor for me to once again stand here and be a part of this very special evening celebrating the teachers of the great state of Florida. It's all your night. It's your night tonight. It is the one night of the year when we really do make a special point of recognizing what goes on in classrooms every single day here in Florida. And what goes on in classrooms every day is magic. Not the kind of magic they have over there at the Harry Potter exhibit or down the street at that place where the big mouse reigns over the kingdom. I'm talking about real magic. The kind of magic that results when an imaginative adult who has made it their life's work to make a difference in the lives of the youngest of Americans finds a way to make a connection. The connection between ideas and understanding, between concepts and concrete principles, between a jumble of numbers on a bulletin board or a blackboard, and a rational way of solving some of society's biggest problems. Think for a moment about someone in your life who did that for you. It's a question I ask a lot, and everybody's always got an answer. I've yet to encounter somebody who doesn't have a ready answer. And the question is this: who is the teacher that transformed your life? You know who it is. Somebody who seemed to know what you needed when you needed it. Maybe somebody who set you on the path to the life that you live today. We've all got that person. In my case, it was my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Eddings. Mrs. Eddings, in her exasperation in 4th grade, I remember I would raise my hand and I would always ask her, how come? And she finally said, Debbie, that's a great question. Why don't you go to the library and do a report on that for the whole class so we'll all know the answer? Well, the truth is, Mrs. Eddings is a very smart lady. She did that to get me out of her hair so she could actually teach the lesson, and she was going to get to whatever I was asking about eventually. But what she didn't know and what I didn't know was her sending me off to the library. Yeah, it got me out of her hair, but it put me on the path to my career, because my 4th grade teacher helped me to see that I could find out the answer to anything I wanted to know if I had the curiosity and the energy to keep looking. And isn't that what a reporter does? You know which teacher did that for you. Some people would call it magic. We call it teaching. Not just good teaching, but exceptional expertise that enables Florida's public school children to master everything that they need to know to be productive members of society. And that's a good thing, because when we all get old, we need those kids to be really smart and really good at taking care of us. So let's face it, it's all in our own self-interest. Once again, I am really honored to be a part of this very special evening, because I come from, as some of y'all know, a long line of teachers. My grandma, Hallie Norville, was known as Miss Hallie. She taught 1st grade in Oconee County, Georgia for 44 years. My sister Nancy is currently a high school teacher in the Dalton Public School System in Dalton, Georgia. Her teaching career spans 4 decades. And her daughter taught school for 7 years before she went back to college to work on her PhD. So in the Norville household, teaching is noble work. And that is a view that is shared by the good folks here at Macy's. For 28 years, Macy's has been sponsoring this event. And as you're going to learn in just a minute, Macy's is so committed, as is the state of Florida, that this year they have seriously upped the ante when it comes to rewarding our teachers who are being recognized tonight. From every county in Florida, we have brought together the best of the best, and every person you will see on this stage tonight was selected, nominated, chosen by the people who see them in action every day. They are so admired by what they do with their students every day that they think the rest of us need to take note. And after each district nominee was selected, all of them from every district went through a really rigorous evaluation process to come down to the finalists, the people who have that, whatever it is, we can't really put our finger on it, but we know it when we see it, so we're calling it magic. And the end result is that one teacher has been selected as the 2017 Florida Department of Education Teacher of the Year. Whoever that individual is has got a tough act to follow, because they're going to be coming after Diane McKee, who has been simply phenomenal. Diane, where are you? Where are you? There you are. I tweeted you out today. Did you see that? I tweeted you. I said, I'm so excited to be here when their successor is being named, and I had a picture of you holding that big old giant check from last year. So you're on Twitter out there somewhere. You're going to hear all about Diane's year in just a few minutes when she comes up here on the stage. And you're also going to hear a little bit about some of our nominees that don't know they're going to be on this stage. Everyone who's been a teacher, recognized teacher, has been busy. They've been having fun. They've been talking shop. I was talking to one teacher from Hamilton County. She said, I was in school today. I went, oh, the kids are back in school already? She said, no, we were in school, talking about best practices, sort of sharing tips and tricks of the trade, and really enjoying the chance to commiserate with their fellow educators around the state. And all the kids of Florida are going to be the beneficiary of what's been taking place in connection with this event. Fair warning, if your eyes didn't cry during the opening video montage we had, I'm pretty sure we're going to get some tears out of you later, because the stories of our nominees, our finalists, are really incredible. They will touch your hearts. At the end of it all, I have long believed that when we breathe our last breath, the thought that's going to flash through our head is probably going to be some variation of this. Did I make a difference? Did my life matter? Well, the truth is, for our recognized teachers tonight, the men and women on this stage, that's not going to be an issue, because they are making a difference every single day for the millions of students and families that they touch through their teaching. And God bless each of you for that. I thank you on behalf of all of the families that you reach. And with us tonight, we have some special guests, so we're going to bring the house lights up a little bit. First of all, I want to introduce a man who has truly worked tirelessly. I kind of hate that expression because everybody gets tired, but I don't think this man does, so it actually does fit. Governor Rick Scott has really made education a hallmark of his administration. Governor Scott, welcome. We're happy you're here. And First Lady Ann. Governor Scott has been a champion for education, a strong supporter of Florida's teachers, and as I think you probably know, during the last legislative session, he prioritized this event, making the Teacher of the Year one of the things he really wanted to fight for. And as a result, the state of Florida has significantly increased the reward amounts for each district Teacher of the Year. Each of the Teacher of the Year finalists, as well as the statewide Teacher of the Year, will be receiving a much larger check. How big, you may ask? Each district winner will receive a total of $10,000. Wow. Thank you, Macy's. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, legislators. Thank you, taxpayers. Each finalist, and there are 5, will be receiving $15,000. Yeah. And the statewide winner, who will be named Florida's 2017 Teacher of the Year, will receive a total of $20,000. Also with us tonight are some of our past Teachers of the Year, and I think I remember when every single one of you was selected. So I'm going to ask each of you to stand so we can applaud all of you together. First up, Jean Lamar, the 2009 Teacher of the Year. Jean, there she is. Yay. Woohoo. Cheryl Conley, the 2011 Teacher of the Year. Cheryl, where are you? You're here somewhere. I'm blinded by the light. Alvin Davis, the 2012 Teacher of the Year. Mr. Davis. And Christy Bassett, the 2015 Teacher of the Year. There's Christy. And finally, Diane McKee, the 2016 Teacher of the Year, who we'll be hearing from on stage in a little bit. What a year she's had. And so we've seen some of the people who have been Teacher of the Year in the past. Let's meet the people who are contending for it for 2017. Every single one of these educators is literally a straight A earner. And so here they are, the 2017 Florida District Teachers of the Year finalists, each of whom will receive a $10,000 check in appreciation of their excellence as educators, as mentors, and as contributors to this state. So ladies and gentlemen, here they are. First up. What a great group, huh? Woo! And there they are, your finalists for the Florida 2017 Teacher of the Year. And they are Lori Perzer from Oakview Middle School in Alachua County. Kathleen Sheridan from Westside Elementary School in Baker County. Cassia Milner, Springfield Elementary School in Bay County. Next up, Carol Bear from Hampton Elementary in Bradford County. Mark Peters from Port Malabar Elementary in Brevard County. Do you teach dance? I want to come to his class. Brandon Jeter from the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Broward County. Paulette Bryant from Blountstown Middle School in Calhoun County. Jenny James from Sally Jones Elementary School in Charlotte County. Kyle Jakes from Central Ridge Elementary in Citrus County. Jessica Ellinger from Ridgeview Elementary School in Clay County. Marianne Kelly from Gulf Coast High in Collier County. Denisha Pierre Lewis from Pine Mount Elementary School in Columbia County. Jacqueline Harris from West Elementary School in DeSoto County. Nalina Beck from Dixie County High School in Dixie County. Kay Park from Alamanque Elementary School in Duval County. Christy Imhoff from Ramsey Middle School in Escambia County. Arnett Moore from Florida A&M Developmental Research School. Kara Pavlak from FAU Lab School, A.D. Henderson University School. Kimberly Weeks from Old Kings Elementary School in Flagler County. Ruby Tarrant from the Culinary Arts at the Lowell Correctional Institute with the Florida Department of Corrections. She got the wave down. Terrell Sampson from the Florida School for the Deaf and Blind. Mary Burr from FSU Lab School at Florida State University Schools. Tomahawk Chop. Timothy Louderwasser from Florida Virtual School. Jennifer Edwards, Franklin County School in Franklin County. Erica Farmer from East Gadsden High School in Gadsden County. Kathy Jo Smith from Bell Middle and High School in Gilchrist County. Cynthia Ringstaff from, my contacts are failing me here, Pemayativ, I can't see a darn thing, that's why I need my notebook. Pemayativ, Cynthia goes to a wonderful school in Glades County. Cynthia, where do you teach?
Pemayativ Imahaga Charter School.
Can you see, and it's hard to say with contacts in.
Yes.
It's impossible without.
It means Our Way School.
It's the Our Way School in Glades County. That's so much easier. Anita Askew from oh my God, come here, Anita. Honey, where do you teach?
Wewa Hitchika.
I couldn't do that either. This I can do because I can see. Kimberly Crowder teaches at South Hamilton Elementary School in Hamilton County. And we saw each other before the thing began. Stacy Duncan at Wakula Elementary School in Hardy County. Lucia Aguiar at LaBelle High School in Hendry County. Brandon Wright at F.W. Springstead High School in Hernando County. Laura Reitnauer at Woodlawn Elementary School in Highlands County. Mary Beth Radigan at H.B. Plant High School in Hillsborough County. Mary Susan Barber at Mariana High School in Jackson County. Christy Lamb, Jefferson Elementary School, Jefferson County. Theodora Celadon, Lafayette Elementary School in Lafayette County. Andrea Vineyard, Tavares High School in Lake County. Matthew Kay, North Fort Myers High School, Lee County. Julia Rossi, Kate Sullivan Elementary School in Leon County. William Schuyler Scott, W.R. Toller School in Liberty County. Andrea Crowell, Madison County High School in Madison County. Carrie Stanley, Jesse P. Miller Elementary School in Manatee County. Tania Travieso, Vanguard High School in Marion County. Nicole Smith, Horace O'Brien School in Monroe County. Carissa Bass, Southside Elementary School, Nassau County. Charlotte Wadsworth Baker School in Okaloosa County. Clinton LaFlamme, Okeechobee High School, Okeechobee County. Johanna Lopez, Colonial High School in Orange County. Stephen Anand, the A.W. Dreyfus School of the Arts in Palm Beach County. Sarah Dobbs, East Lake Middle School, Pinellas County. Bobby Okeson, Price Middle School in Putnam County. Stephanie Duffy, Gulf Breeze High School in Santa Rosa County. Kia Davis, Booker High School, Sarasota County. Chris Pombayo, Crystal Lake Elementary School in Seminole County. Jeffrey Johnson, Dale Casson's Education Complex in St. Lucie County. Georgette Albritton, Sewanee Primary School in Sewanee County. James Brown, Taylor Technical Institute in Taylor County. Gianna Norman, Lake Butler Elementary School in Union County. Robin Diedrichs, Blue Lake Elementary School in Volusia County. Laura Hume, River Springs Middle School in Wakulla County. And Kelly Kundle, Kate M. Smith Elementary School in Washington County. And we want to acknowledge some of our district winners who couldn't be with us this evening. They include Rachel Moore from Storm Grove Middle School in Indian River County. Jamie Hurd-Tesson, she's at Marin County High School Martin County. I really love my notebook if somebody could bring it. Griselle Santiago, the PK Young Development Research School at the University of Florida. Susan Renee Perkins at the South Sumter High School in Sumter County. Jennifer Ray, Emerald Coast Middle School, that's in Walton County. And we congratulate all of our district winners for the wonderful work they do, creating all those magical moments in the classroom for our students. Okay, when this evening ends, there will be a new Teacher of the Year for the state of Florida. But before that can happen, we got to start things off by honoring and recognizing the retail institution that has made this possible. For almost 3 decades, Macy's has honored Florida's teachers by being a part of the Teacher of the Year event. And tonight's event wouldn't be possible if Macy's had not continued to lend its support. This beloved retailer has donated close to $3 million to Florida public schools and teachers throughout the last 28 years. And so it's really my pleasure and my treat to introduce to you Dennis Whitty. Dennis is Macy's Executive Vice President, Director of Stores, and you're going to be so glad you hear from him. Dennis, thank you so much.
Thank you, Deborah. On behalf of Macy's, I want to also thank each of you for being here tonight. Macy's is here to applaud and thank each of you. Your passion and excitement for teaching is evident. Each of you distinguish yourselves by a spirit of giving, nurturing, and mentoring your students and peers. Each of you are change agents. Change begins in the classroom, and then great things happen. This is why only 72 of you are standouts. Just 72 out of 194,000 teachers are district winners. You are the teachers who look beyond traditional teaching methods to make learning fun and exciting. You are the teachers that children will proudly think back and say, "That's the teacher who inspired me to go for it." I know this because I clearly remember that teacher in my life who inspired me. It was the summer of 1969. Some of you might remember that. My beloved New York Mets took the World Series in 5 games that year to accomplish one of the greatest upsets in series history. I was 9 years old, and I was an angry kid. My best friend, my dad, passed away that year, and he was my baseball buddy. Honestly, I could have cared less about reading or studying. Baseball and the Mets' trip to the World Series was all that I really cared about then. Clearly, my grades were slipping. My mother enrolled me in a summer reading program. The first day I walked into the library, I had to fill out one of those, pamphlets with a series of questions on it. Then I spoke with my teacher. She didn't even read the answers I wrote. She saw my anger, and she saw my passion, which was baseball. That moment, she made the connection that changed my life forever. I had to admit, at only 9 years old, I was skeptical being in a library. When she walked over to that shelf in the library and pulled out a book called Catcher with the Glass Arm. However, for the rest of that day, I read that book cover to cover. The next day I walked into the class, she gave me another book to read, and you can guess it was about baseball. This went on for a few weeks until I was literally consumed reading everything and everything about baseball, even the sports section of the newspaper every day, mastering box scores, statistics, and games. She took the time to understand my anger, to understand what motivated me, to connect with my needs to determine what I needed to become the person I am today. Her individualized learning strategy helped me to develop the skills that are valuable for success today: comprehension, retention, interpretation, and analytical skills. Parents may bring children into this world, but for 8 hours of the day, or longer than that for all of you in this room, you are the ones that nurture those children. Your lessons help shape their futures and build character. Your encouragement can help them to achieve a bright future. I want to close out with one last thought from William Arthur Ward, one of America's most quoted writers of his inspirational maxims. He said, "The good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires." Thank you to all of you teachers and this special evening.
Thank you, Dennis. I hope your teacher has had a chance to hear you tell that story, because that would mean so much, right? I mean, don't we want to hear when we've made an impact with a student? Now it's time to get to know our 5 finalists up close and personal, as they say. First up, a 6th through 8th grade music teacher and band leader walked into her classroom in 2011, and there were 150 students. Over the last 5 years, this program has grown to more than 400 students, making it the largest band program in the county of St. John's. Ms. Zentz creates a nurturing environment and works in harmony with her strategies to develop strong music fundamentals for her students. Her classroom management style kind of mirrors her philosophy that every student is somebody else's child, so handle with care. Here's more about Lori Zentz from Switzerland Point Middle School in St. Johns County.
1, 1, 2, ready and go, and
we have 450 students in our band program, which for a middle school our size, it's about a third of our school. That's pretty much unheard of.
I remember when I was in the 4th grade, I was already in like my 5th school because my dad was a Navy pilot. I was very shy as a kid, always being the new kid, but the band program was a family right away. And every time I moved from then on, new family, new family. Here we go, 3 beats for the flutes. I like to engage them, which is why I think band is such a great subject to teach, because they have the instrument right there in their hand, they're actively manipulating something, using their whole body, and it's a great way to keep them engaged.
So the first couple weeks of school, we would try all the different instruments and choose the one we liked the best. Probably within a week, we could all play the instrument, and by the end of the first 9 weeks, we were all able to go home and play our music for our parents.
Very good.
Ms. Zentz is just, in my opinion, an overall great teacher. She'll help the kids who struggle in class, and she has one of the biggest beginner bands I've ever known.
Ms. Zentz helped me almost master this instrument. She took her time and she was patient to make sure I had everything perfect.
And 1, 2, 3, and dun, dun, dun.
Because she'll just go individually and she'll make sure that you sound the way you want to sound, and you go note by note, and then when everybody has their ideal sound down after they've gone individually, you put it all together and it makes beautiful, beautiful music.
The way that she processes information and gives it to them is miraculous. She's so good at what she does. Being in the same room with her and teaching alongside her has been the greatest education I could ever imagine.
She has learned that, you know, you let them play and that you're constantly stopping them to like correct and to give feedback for improvement, and then you let them play again.
Every child needs a chance to perform, have the spotlight, their time in the spotlight. That's what music education does. But I want them to all understand that they had a place in the band. There's a place for everyone. So I want them to go away feeling like they were a productive, contributing part of our program, and I want them to go away with a love of music. Shape it! Shape it!
Without her, I would not be the musician that I am today, and I would not have the same love for music that I have today. So thank you, Ms. Zentz, for always encouraging us to do our best and just being an incredible teacher.
She's the best teacher whether she gets the award or not. She really cares so much. So there's really, she's doing it for what she loves to do. She loves to help students, and I think that's why she would be a great teacher of the year.
A teacher who thinks that every child should have their moment in the spotlight. Isn't that beautiful? That's Lori Zentz from Switzerland Point Middle School in St. Johns County. When you think of Macy's, you probably think of shopping, retail therapy. Okay, we get that. We love that. And while that is true, here in the state of Florida, when you think of Macy's, you also think about that red star is a symbol for its support of education and educators throughout the state. Because of Macy's continued sponsorship of the Teacher of the Year program, this is the 28th year, one of the company's core values is to give back to the community. And for the past 28 years, Macy's ongoing sponsorship of this event has been a real example of its commitment to this community and to this state's education. It's my pleasure to invite back to the stage Dennis Whitty. Dennis?
Magic is very near and dear to us at Macy's. It's what we strive for every day, to create magical experiences for our customers. To accomplish this, we work to build strong leadership teams. Our students need leaders who will help get them to the finish line, to create an inspiring vision of the future. Leaders who will motivate and inspire our students to achieve that vision. In the words of Vince Lombardi, leaders are made, they are not born. They are made by hard effort, which is the price all of us must pay to achieve any goal that is worthwhile. Tonight, I want to tell you about a great teacher who also happens to be a great leader, a remarkable leader. 17 years ago, her affirmation was, "It is very satisfying seeing my students growing intellectually and as leaders." At the beginning, they do not want to be leaders in their assigned groups, but at the end, everybody wants to be a leader. Johanna Lopez is an exemplary teacher. Through her leadership, 100% of her students passed their AP Spanish exams for the 2014-15 school year. She has shown a commitment to bringing cultural experiences to her students at Colonial High School through Hispanic Heritage Week and helped increase civic responsibility by organizing a 2015 voter registration program at the school along with Mi Familia Vota. In the words of her former student Samuel, who entered the United States 5 years ago from Venezuela. As my time in her classroom passed, I became to know Ms. Lopez more and more as she gave me the support no one had given me before. Through such great leadership by example, I gained confidence and passionately took on Ms. Lopez's causes for the school and community. From the perspective of a student who was not expected to succeed, but did. I graduated class valedictorian before heading to prestigious Princeton University with more than $500,000 in scholarships. You know a great leader by the people they impact. So let me introduce Johanna Lopez, Colonial High School in Orange County, and honor her with this Magic of Leadership Award. No, you don't need to talk. You're good, you're good, you're good. it is my pleasure to introduce Leo Rourke, Macy's District Vice President of Northern Florida.
Good evening. To all of you outstanding teachers, on behalf of Macy's, congratulations on your wonderful accomplishments. And thank you for your commitment to our students. It's really, truly is an honor to be with you this evening as we celebrate your work. So teaching in itself is magical. It must be amazing to be in the classroom to see those moments of transformation, growth, and gained confidence. When struggles are overcome, and that sudden flash of understanding that we describe as that aha moment. It's been frequently described by mathematicians writing about the creative process as a sudden flash of magical lightning. That's the magic of teaching. So tonight, I'm proud to present Macy's Magic of Teaching Award to an educator who does not teach or serve for awards or accolades, but teaches to inspire and impact those that she comes into contact with each and every day. Andrea Vineyard is a problem solver, an overcomer, and a dynamic member of the Tavares High School team. She inspires and has an impact on all she comes into contact with each and every day. Having mastered the elusive art of being firm but fair, having rules yet maintaining relationships, and keenly remembering that though she teaches numerous different content and subject areas, as well as being a tireless worker with Special Olympics, she really is teaching special children whom she freely offers love, acceptance, and grace to. As an instructor of the intellectually disabled and autistic children, Andrea creates an atmosphere in her classroom where nothing seems impossible for her students. Ms. Vineyard has a calling, and that calling is teaching special needs children. Macy's would like to honor Andrea Vineyard from Tavares High School in Lake County with this Magic of Teaching Award. Andrea, congratulations!
In case you haven't figured out, neither Johanna nor Andrea knew that they were getting these awards, so this is truly a surprising moment for them, and we're so proud of both of them. Congratulations, ladies. Now it's time to meet our next finalist for Teacher of the Year. 30 years ago, there was a critical shortage of qualified electricians in the Tampa Bay area. Our next finalists envisioned a partnership between industry and education that could bring credibility and professionalism into Florida's electrical industry. It was an amazing vision that Donald Blake had back then, because here's what has happened as a result. Today, his stats are electrifying. His current program is so successful that he has 100% placement, meaning that 100% of the students who come through his program have jobs working as licensed electricians the moment they graduate. Licensed electricians, electrical contractors, and electrical engineers. This is what makes a difference in our state. You want to see how it happens? Take a look at Donald Blake from Marshman Technical College in Pasco County.
On behalf of Florida Department of Education and Macy's, we would like to congratulate you on being a finalist for Teacher of the Year for the state of Florida. Woo! How about that?
What I enjoy most about this class in particular is it has provided the integrity and skills needed to go out into the workforce successfully.
This is what usually confuses people.
Mr. Blake teaches many different levels of students in the area of electricity. Marshman is a technical college, and we provide career preparation for our community and our workforce.
The electrical industry is everything from little fiber optic cabling all the way up to power line transmission and everything in between.
Here we don't only just try to learn through the books, but it's more of learning through past experiences that Mr. Blake has had, as well as hands-on.
If a big splotch gets on here, it can shut off that whole array.
He'll teach us things, and then he'll show us what we've learned. So it's not just book work and it's not just physical work, it's a combination of both.
What I try to do from the beginning is try to figure out what is that student's interest, what are their strengths, and what is their learning style. Some people they're hands-on, and they learn best by hands-on. I really like the team approach because our industry requires people to work in teams. So I try to get those people that are a little bit introverted to open up and take on some of the challenges of working with others. Your computer background is very essential. There's a little thermal switching device inside the water heater. The majority of my students are not the college prep type people in advanced classes. So many of my students had reading problems and were not able to pass those tests. I got the reading endorsement myself so I could keep my students in my class and they would not have to be embarrassed with having to leave the class because they have to go to a special reading class. They could stay with me the whole day.
He really does deeply care about each and every student as an individual, and he cares about them as they prepare for the workforce, and his heart is larger than his body, and he really does care about his students.
If you go out there in the trade and you make mistakes, they're going to fire you. And here, they can make mistakes, and it's fine. We learn from those mistakes, and we try to just keep improving. And so that's what I've been doing for the 29 years.
It's very much a method of learning, what is wrong and how to fix it. After we leave, we're still free to call him and ask him questions and everything. The job's not done when we graduate. He's very much a part of our lives.
Thank you, Mr. Blake, for bringing me not only from the person that I once was that knew nothing about electrical, but to someone that is successful in the electrical trade.
Thank you, Mr. Blake, for teaching me a skill that I can use in this trade for the rest of my life.
A man who's created a safe place to learn so his students can graduate confident that they've got the skills to make a difference. That's Donald Blake from Marchman Technical College in Pasco County. We are so proud of all the teachers. You're hearing about some of them, but we are really so proud of all of you who have been named your respective district's Teacher of the Year. You go beyond and above every single day. A lot of what you do is in the classroom, but we know how much of your work happens on your own time when you're not in the classroom, because you really are thinking about your kids 24/7. We appreciate that and we honor that. Florida's Commissioner of Education, Pam Stewart, is someone who shares your dedication and love of education. She has dedicated her life to making sure that Florida's students have access to a high-quality education, one that's going to enable them to reach their full potential and achieve the academic goals and the life goals that they have. And one of the reasons she's able to do what she does as commissioner is because she's done what you do as teachers. Her own experience in the school environment, in the classroom, has ensured that she knows how important your job is and how important it is that you have the support that you need to do your job. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Florida's Commissioner of Education, Pam Stewart.
Thank you, Deborah, and thank you for being here tonight. And those of us in North Florida don't need to see anything because we know it's Weewahitchka. And if you're from there, you call it Weewa.
Weewa.
Am I right? Weewa. Well, good evening. I am so privileged to be here to celebrate all the work that these wonderful teachers have done and do on a daily basis. I am also delighted to be here with Governor Rick Scott and First Lady Ann Scott. The Teachers of the Year that are here know that they have been advocates of Florida educators and Florida students, and I am immensely proud and grateful for the support that they provide to Florida students every day. You've already heard it. The governor has worked tirelessly. I'm not sure he gets tired, actually, to ensure that Florida is the best place to live, work, and get an education. And I am so grateful. Who doesn't want to work for a governor like that? Thanks to his persistence, Florida has historic funding in education for our K-12 system, our state colleges, and our university to continue the legacy of our great education system in Florida. And since her husband was elected in 2011, the First Lady has also worked tirelessly to instill in students the love of reading. She has visited all 67 districts and has spent time with countless students and educators to help them enjoy the love of learning. And I am truly grateful for what she has done in Florida. Thank you so much. And I also want to recognize and thank one of my bosses, State Board of Education member Andy Tuck, who is here. And Andy's wife, Sandy, is a middle school teacher. So on our State Board of Education, we have a gentleman who brings to the table every day the message from teachers, and we certainly know what they need and want through his voice. Tonight, we will award the 2017 Teacher of the Year, and we are fortunate that he or she will have a great role model in the predecessor, who's already been introduced tonight, 2017 Florida Teacher of the Year, Diane McKee. Diane, who was an English teacher in Hillsborough County, took a non-traditional path in order to become a teacher. She had a very successful business career, raised children, and decided that her professional calling was to help students realize their goals. And 18 years later, it obviously was the right choice for her and for the students of Florida. Over the last year, Diane has represented Florida educators very well, so she's been out there at events, and she has spoken for all of the teachers in the room, and she's been just a wonderful ambassador, and you're going to learn that in a little bit when she comes up. Diane, thank you so much for what you've done and what you've done for me throughout this year in particular. Thank you, Diane. Diane is a tremendous asset to Hillsborough County Public Schools, and they are thrilled to be getting her back. Congratulations, Diane. So I can tell you that as a former teacher, school principal, district administrator, I understand the hard work that's done in classrooms every single day, and I have a deep appreciation for the work that every one of the teachers in here does in order to affect the lives of the next generation of leaders, for you really truly are creating that next generation of leaders. While it's not the easiest or the highest paid profession, it is by far, as I've said to you earlier, the most noble and the most fulfilling. And that is why I appreciate every opportunity that I can take to honor and thank Florida's teachers for what you do every single day. I'm thrilled to be surrounded by all of you tonight, and the fact that you were selected, as has already been said tonight, among more than 190,000 teachers in the state is no small feat. And it speaks volumes for how your district administrators, your superintendents, and your colleagues feel about you and your passion for learning. And you should know that every single person in this room feels the same way about you. So congratulations to what you do. Data demonstrate that the work taking place in classrooms throughout the state of Florida is paying off, as we are continuing to see progress year after year. As we've already talked about, the bar is raised. Florida's graduation rate, and the teachers in the room can already quote this, is at a 12-year high at 77.9%. And all demographic subgroups have increased their graduation rate. And it's making it so much more meaningful when we are doing that among all of our students. And number 1 is not a state, it's the District of Columbia. So we're the top state in the nation. We are 3rd in the nation in the percentage of students who graduated with credit in AP. We've been beaten by 2 states, you could guess what they are, but they are way down the list in participation. So we've done extremely well. Our 4th grade students outperform the nation in reading and mathematics. And we are closing the achievement gap in several of our subgroups. So these achievements matter, and you know why? Because it means more opportunity for students than we ever thought was possible. And it's because of educators like the ones sitting in the room who do what you do every single day. So, I'll say this, it is time to celebrate those accomplishments. But the teachers that are in the room know that I don't believe that's enough. We can't rest. And I'll tell you, the governor won't let me rest until we are number 1 in all of those categories. And so, I encourage you to use what you've learned. Someone said to me tonight that it was the best professional development they have had in 15 years. So I suggest to you, go back and help spread that with your colleagues and join the Lead Teacher Network. Share what you've learned from one another and from all of the training that you received over the last 3 days. Use it well. And I hope I'll be seeing you as you participate in the Teacher Lead Network. As you improve, remember I said it earlier today, this cognitively complex craft of teaching. To the 5 finalists, I'll tell you it's been a true pleasure getting to know you. And I want you to know that choosing only one of you has been the most difficult decisions that I've had to make. You're each an inspiration. You're an inspiration in your classrooms. You're an inspiration to me. And I watched. If you haven't been touched by the 2 videos you've already watched, you will be touched by the end. They are all amazing, and you all make such a difference in the lives of students. So one thing is for sure, the teacher who takes tonight's honor will, in fact, be doing an awesome job and making a professional difference. And I look forward to the opportunity to work with that individual over the next year. Thank you and enjoy the moment.
Commissioner, come back out here. Look at this standing ovation you are getting, young lady. Ladies and gentlemen, Commissioner Pam Stewart. Thank you so much, Commissioner, and what an impressive report card she just handed out. And I learned something. We're going to call DC and tell them that they don't count? Or are we just going to keep that our little secret down here in Florida? Y'all decide. Our next finalist is someone who's doing something really interesting in the classroom. There's this whole breed of educators, young educators, who are embracing the idea of student-led learning, conversations that help advance classroom learning where the students are really taking a lot of the lead and as a result are becoming incredibly engaged in the learning process. Our next finalist, Jessica Solano, is doing exactly that to ensure that her students have ownership over their learning and use a variety of teaching strategies as a result. Ms. Solano is a content-focused, student-centered educator who incorporates the entire brain teaching techniques into her mathematics instruction. Okay, so let's try one right now. Everybody pretend you're a baseball player. Okay, on this side of the room, I want you to put your hands like this, like you're holding a bat, okay? Now, ready? Hit the ball. It's going. And you guys over here, what are you gonna do? Catch it, all right. Whoa, went over the fence, you didn't get to catch it. It's out of there. Those kinds of techniques and that kind of idea that it's okay to make a mistake, to screw up, to maybe make a fool of yourself in front of the class, it all works because it brings the students together. If you want to see what I'm talking about, take a look at this video as we see in action Jessica Solano from Highlands Grove Elementary School in Polk County. Check it out.
All right, so take a look at this picture. Shout it out, what do you see? I've always really liked teaching, and out of all the subjects, I did like math the most. To me, it made the most sense. It was very logical, I could solve it in lots of different ways. So what do each of these white rectangles represent?
Jessica just struck me right away as someone who has a passion for children and a passion for learning new things herself. She infuses technology in what she does in a way that I've never seen before. It's really amazing.
A lot of the kids, they go in her class and they get so excited, so be able to go to another teacher and see the same technology being used, it just keep them interested in math and just in education in general.
But it will divide evenly, okay? Go for it.
When you walk in there, it is a student-led environment where the teachers, she's kind of like in the background and the students are teaching each other. It is amazing. They are empowered. It is like you go in there and they're excited about learning.
We have tablets in the classroom. I send flipped homework assignments home where they're able to go online and answer questions, send it via Google Classroom. They can create documents, create projects that normally they would have just had a pencil and paper and they couldn't have done quite as much.
Miss Solano is a really good math teacher because first I was like not so good in math, but then I was like, math is the best thing ever. Now I like math, my very favorite subject now because she makes it so fun.
Anybody could be a math person. So my students come in thinking, oh, this is math, I'm just not good at it. But they're given so many opportunities to be successful. Justify.
Tell me why.
Tell me why. My goal for my students is to take them away from that mindset of just pass or fail.
There's a lot of high fives, little, pat on the back. Let's go on, let's do some more.
Out of the park. Very good.
When we work really hard, she gives us like brain breaks and they're really fun.
I think we've been working really well. Ready for your brain break?
She taught me the most important thing to me, that you don't have to be the best at everything. And it's okay if you make mistakes because mistakes help you improve.
I love seeing students take ownership of their learning and to be so proud to have taken themselves from the lowest point to I feel so successful, I'm so excited. Even though it was very, very hard to do it, they feel successful, and that's exactly why I love teaching.
Miss Solano, you are the best math teacher ever. Congratulations, Miss Solano!
Oh my gosh, if you have a kid that little saying, I love math, it's my favorite subject, and just as the kids are excited about learning, Jessica has a couple of things that she's excited about. She's not only excited about being here, but next Friday, she will be having her second child. So she has a scheduled C-section, so let's try to keep the excitement level down, but we're so happy for you. If you have that baby here, you're all teachers, nobody knows what to do. Just don't, okay? We can't possibly deal with that. Governor, how's your delivery skills? Our next presenter is going to be back on stage. Magic Johnson once said, all kids need is just a little help, a little hope, and somebody who believes in them. Tonight we're honoring teachers who do exactly that, and it happens in classrooms around the state every single day, and of course around the country. It's also happening right here, thanks to Macy's and that company's commitment to teachers and education. With us tonight is one of Macy's bright stars. Please join me in welcoming Wayne Lebanowski, Macy's Regional Vice President. And it's his first time here, so let's give him a big welcome.
It
is my first time, and it's what a pleasure. This has been quite exciting. Deborah, thank you so much, and my congratulations to all of you who are out there. I mean, this is really very amazing, very touching to hear all of this. You know, in a traditional high school setting, students are presented with schedules of classes that will satisfy their requirements for graduation within 4 years. However, in Mrs. Travesio's classes at Vanguard High School in Marion County, she teaches survival skills to her students over an 8-year period so they may develop the ability to live a productive life after high school. Her students, who have varying levels of intellectual, mental, and physical disabilities, brings unique challenges to her every single day in her classrooms. Tanya meets those challenges with an unrelenting drive and desire. But maybe more importantly, she has a caring and loving attitude. Tanya not only teaches her students, but she teaches those who are lucky enough to interact with them, to see what the potential of these amazing students can be. Her work demonstrates that students with disabilities can actually learn the same things that regular students do and support and at an appropriate level. Tanya, you're an amazing teacher.
Thank you.
With a unique ability to create positive change and hope in your students. And Macy's would like to honor you with this Magic of Believing Award. Congratulations. Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to welcome back Leo Rourke, Macy's District Vice President, for another special award. Thank you.
Hello again. Noted author and educator Ann Lieberman said, "Good teachers empathize with kids, they respect them, and they believe that each one has something special that can be built upon." Well, Jeff Johnson makes a difference in his students, their parents, his peers, and the administrators that he works with. He's a champion in the teaching profession and provides structure, academic regimen, and a focused climate on achievement for his middle school students that are transitioning to high school at Dale Casson's Education Complex. At this alternative school in St. Lucie County, teachers have to be able to adapt on the fly as needed, both academically and behaviorally. They must have a heart and a with-itness in equal measure, as most of Mr. Johnson's students arrive with emotional and social issues, and they're wounded from their homes and their communities. First, he builds a relationship with them, and then he gains their trust and their respect in order to teach them. He's a one-room schoolhouse teacher for this century. He truly believes in the Kids at Hope philosophy that all children are our treasure and they're our responsibility, no exceptions. Jeff, you have proudly and profoundly positively impacted your students and our community. Your continual guidance empowers your students to develop their goals. Come on over here. Leading to really high expectations, which enables them to turn around their lives. And Macy's would like to honor you with this Magic of Making a Difference Award. Congratulations, Jeff. Yeah, that was fantastic. Super job.
Congratulations, Jeff. I don't know who Lori Natero is, but I love this quote that Melissa Goff, who is the amazing goddess of making this program happen, found. She said, "If you really believe in what you're doing, work hard. Take nothing personally. And if something blocks a route, find another. Never give up." Kind of a Vince Lombardi sort of quote, isn't it? A lot of kids are intimidated by math and science. We just saw one teacher's way of getting little bitty kids involved. For a lot of kids, it's scary. I don't know why, but it is, and they are frightened by it. But our next finalist was made for those kids who are intimidated by math. Amy is an elementary math and science coach. She doesn't let any obstacle stop her, and she faces challenges with a positive I can attitude. Every day, she challenges her students toward success as they become risk takers and develop a passion for learning. her approach to teaching is one of the reasons that her school has shown some of the highest increases in school history in math proficiency on the district STAR test, the assessment. I don't know, we don't say test anymore. Woohoo, yay, Amy. You go, girl. And it's not just that, it's also her thoughtful and deliberative way that she plans her lessons and her approach with the students, as well as her peer teachers. Take a look at Amy Miller of Kissimmee Elementary in Osceola County in action.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show me your boards.
It was very obvious from the beginning that there was something special with her in the way that she connected with children.
I remember starting 6th grade. That's when I remember wanting to be a teacher, because I would not be where I was today if it wasn't for all those people pushing me and telling me that I could do whatever I wanted to do as long as I worked hard at it and didn't give up. I share my story with them, that at one point, I was told that I wouldn't be able to do stuff.
She's one of the best teachers I know, because she helped me. First, because when I started school, she helped me with my reading.
She is so passionate about wanting to help students and teachers and whoever needs it. It's just something, it's almost magnetic with her. Like I said, she just creates that instant connection with people, and I don't even know if she realizes she does it, but she does.
She's helped me a lot with the most units I've struggled with. So if it wasn't for her, my grades would be flunky in math.
She started with 7. Why did she put 8 more there?
Because the answer was simple.
She's always one step ahead of people, of the teachers. She helps us understand it more, and she likes give us more examples.
That was a good one. I believe that all kids can learn no matter what their ability, but I believe we have to meet them at their level. If you want to see achievement and gains in your students, that you have to have a connection with them. They have to feel like, you're there for them. I was lucky enough to have teachers who had high expectations for me and believed in me and never let me make an excuse no matter how hard it was.
Miss Miller gives us advice by telling us never give up, believe in yourself, and even when you're going through hard problems, just keep on going.
She doesn't do it for the spotlight, she doesn't do it for the kudos, she doesn't do it for any of those things. She does it because her heart is there and she wants to make a difference with children, with adults, and with our community.
I just want to see teachers, students, be the best that they can be, and I don't want to stop until I know I've touched at least one person's life the way I've been touched.
Thank you, Miss Miller, for making math easy.
Thank you, Mrs. Miller, for all you've done for me, for the information that you've given me.
A teacher who has found that when you make students feel special, they can achieve just about anything. Amy Miller from Kissimmee. Your current Teacher of the Year is a lady who, as you heard a moment ago when Commissioner Stewart was talking, came to teaching after a couple of other stops in life. But what a gift she's been in the classroom, and for the past year, what a gift she has been to all of the teachers here in the state of Florida. Diane has spent the last year touring the state and going all over the country, representing all of you, being a part of workshops, addressing fellow teachers, interfacing with the parents, with community and business leaders, attending conferences and meetings, and speaking to student groups about the profession of education and how we need great people to follow in all of your footsteps. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to an exceptional educator, your 2016 Macy's Florida Department of Education Teacher of the Year, Diane McKee.
Thank you, and good evening. It is truly an honor to be standing before you this evening. I deeply, deeply admire the commitment in this room and feel quite humbled to be in the presence of such a remarkable, remarkable group of people. We would not be here tonight without the support of all stakeholders, Governor Scott and his lovely wife, Ann Scott, our illustrious leader, Commissioner Stewart, who I adore, and I saved her life. She had some water to drink. The DOE, and of course, every family member who has been willing to share their loved one for the good of education. Thank you to MACY'S for their continued support. Yes. They remind teachers that they matter, because sometimes we don't know that. What they have given me has been an experience of an absolute lifetime that I will cherish forever. And I have been anxious and waiting for this moment to watch all of you walk in and experience this week. Is it as good as I told you it would be? I wanted to see you be elevated and celebrated like you'd never been celebrated before. You are all so deserving. And I have to tell you, to serve as the Krista McAuliffe Ambassador on the 30th anniversary of the Challenger disaster has been very special as well. And I started my year saying that Krista once said that ordinary people are as important to history as kings, politicians, and generals. And she was absolutely right. I started as an ordinary teacher last July right here on this stage. And my goal was to instill the passion that I felt for education to people in our community and in our schools, to support educators in realizing that what we do, it isn't about us, and it isn't about a test score. In the end, it's about impacting the life of a child so they have a chance of achieving their dreams, because sometimes, as you know, we're all they have. We're it. As I prepare for speeches, I always seek something that speaks to me. And several weeks ago, I had the privilege of watching one of the most inspirational and unique speeches that I'd ever heard in my entire life. It was Donovan Livingston's speech at the commencement at Harvard University. He shared his poem, and one piece of it really resonated with me. Wake up. Wake up and lift your voices until you patch every hole in a child's broken sky. What an incredible metaphor. Until you patch every hole, that is a daunting task. When you consider the brokenness that is in our children, in our schools today, they walk into our school with illness, hunger, homelessness, poverty, abuse. It's incredible. And at some point in time, each one of us has probably been overwhelmed and thought, what difference can I make? I'm one person. What difference can we make as an organization? I asked myself, why? And Donovan Livingston's poem has the perfect answer. He said, to wake up every child so they know their celestial potential. Why? I ponder, and he answers, ladders make it easier to touch the stars. Ladies and gentlemen, we supply those ladders. And why? And this is my favorite line. So they can light up the world with their luminous allure. I say, let's light up that sky. If what we do impacts one child, if we walk away, that child may not survive, literally, sometimes figuratively. Never, never doubt that what you do makes a difference and impacts others. And by supporting one another, we help wake up students that might have otherwise been missed. When I presented each of you a red bar, I stressed the importance of using it to motivate your students. Not done yet. Because tonight, I want you to let that bar represent a rung on the ladder, not only for your students, but for you in your pursuit of excellence. Set your goals just out of reach. And when you climb that rung, add another, and another, and another. You see, we too must strive to reach our celestial potential. Because our jobs as Teachers of the Year, I have news for you, it's never done. This is just the beginning. How many times have you told students and parents, oh my gosh, I see such potential in you? Well, I stand here before you today telling you that I see so much potential in this room. You will now and forever be the 2017 District Teachers of the Year. And for one of you tonight, and you're probably not hearing a word of what I'm saying, you'll be the 2017 MACY'S Florida Teacher of the Year. I have said this before, as you know, and I'm going to say it again here tonight in this room. I want you to stand with me if you believe that every child can learn. Stand with me if you believe that you make the difference in the life of a child. Stand with me if you believe that together we will shape the next generation by providing them that much needed ladder. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, stand with me if you believe Diane McKee has been a phenomenal Teacher of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Diane McKee. What stirring words and what an amazingly tough act this is going to be. So our sympathies in advance to whoever is going to win this. But you know what? You're going to do a phenomenal job because you are you. Whichever one of you 5 finalists is selected, you are unique, you are special. As we're seeing, you're doing amazing things in the classroom, and the state will be well served by whichever one of you should be selected in a few minutes. But first, there's one more finalist whom we've not yet had the opportunity to meet. Her students are movers and shakers. She shows each of her students that writing can change their lives for the better. Precious Simonette motivates and inspires her students to pick up their pens and pencils instead of hatred or drugs or guns. As one of only 2 Freedom Rider teachers in South Florida, Miss Simonette encourages her students to write themselves into existence. What a beautiful admonition to give kids. She has created the Viking Freedom Riders Creative Writing Club, an organization that helps her students share their stories beyond the walls of the classroom and make a change in their community through the spoken word, all while learning different types of writing, learning about different literary genres, and learning about social issues as they write about them. Let's take a look and go inside the classroom of Precious Simonette in Miami Norland Senior High School in Miami-Dade County.
Step by step, heart to heart, left, right, left, we all fall down.
My teaching style is not traditional. So I like to say the louder a class is, the better. At least it is for me.
These are not gifted students or honor roll students. These are kids who just needed someone to believe in them, right? And I think that's what she does a great job at, connecting with kids.
I couldn't write before I met her. Like I was, like in my 9th and 10th grade classes, I really wasn't paying attention because nothing caught my eye. I didn't want to be in school. Basically, I almost lost my life several times before I met Miss Simonette.
I was told a lot that I wouldn't be anything. She changed me by changing my way of thinking and my mindset.
Let's go ahead and stand. Anybody willing to start today? Oh, okay. All right, cool. I had these students coming to me wanting to express themselves. They just didn't know how to. They had these stories that were eating away at them. They didn't know what to do with them. And my head, you need to share it because you're not alone. I knew that it wasn't enough just for me to tell them that everything was gonna be okay. I needed to show them. Writing was the only way I knew how to do it.
Here's I'm a gringa who can't speak good Spanish to the Latins, too light-skinned to be a part of the black kids, and hair too big along with skin that was already blended and mixed to blend with the white chicks, and it was even because I talk like this.
Black and Freedom Writers is the voice for the voiceless. It's basically an outlet for everyone in the group and everyone who is hearing our poems.
When I heard a piece, I was just like, this is the first time I've ever heard of this. This is amazing. What is this?
The more they write themselves into existence. They write themselves to resiliency.
And what she's making an impact is not as bigger than reading and writing and even expressing themselves. It's breaking that cycle that a lot of these kids come with.
She's taught me that it's okay to let people in. It's okay to love others instead of being hurt all the time.
When you realize that you have a voice and you can change things, such as a classroom, from that point on, you're just like, all right, well, if I can do this, then I can literally do anything.
What I would tell Miss Simonette is, I'm alive because of you. Thank you for putting in your time and your effort for somebody who nobody else would.
Just thank you. Because without you, I honestly don't know where I would have been, like caught up in the world I was in. But with you, I'm able to show the world that what I have to say is important.
And to see them come out of that shell, not only to help themselves, but to help others, is truly a remarkable thing for me.
We are the Viking Freedom Writers, and you're watching Disney Channel.
I am completely and utterly happy with being a teacher. Who wouldn't want to be a teacher? A teacher makes every other profession possible.
Guess what? I love you.
I love you too.
If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you water it? Just watch what she does with this club, because these G's will shock the roots of your pot now. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would it seem precious?
I am alive because of her. Talk about making a difference. I got to take an issue, though, with, I think it was your assistant principal who said of your students, Precious, that they are not gifted. Oh, how wrong he is. Oh, how wrong he is. I'm sorry, sir, but they are very gifted, and they have a gifted teacher. I don't mean to embarrass you, but boy, those kids are talented. Precious, God bless you. Okay, that's it. I'm going home. Wow, that was so phenomenal. Lee? I'm just going to hush
I'm
over
Lee.
here. I'm just emoting, and now it's your turn to emote a little bit.
That's okay, you helped me compose myself. That's quite all right. We all hear the word innovation used quite a lot these days. What does this word really mean? It means something new or different, the introduction of new things or new methods. And when you hear the halls of Crystal Lake Elementary School, right here in Seminole County, you never know what character will be walking down the hall. There could be a scientist or a 100-year-old man, characters in complete makeup and wardrobe. Chris Pomboño ignites his first graders and creates a day of unparalleled learning and newness. His classroom has evolved to a live spy hardware headquarters. His large Jenga puzzle incorporates higher level questioning with the challenge of maintaining the balance of the Jenga blocks. The true mindset and incessant creativity of this man is beyond comprehension. Chris is a technology guru, staff and student cheerleader, and a published author with an unmatched enthusiasm for the profession of education. Come on up. Mr. Pombonio's interactive lessons, which incorporate this latest technology, they keep his students engaged and prepare them for life in a 21st century digital citizen. He works with the Wrong Clark Academy. He's reinvigorated the school's positive behavior support system. You have to stand here and listen to all this, right? Okay. Chris is the host of Lights, Camera, Teach. That's a weekly national online professional development channel, as well as he reaches thousands of followers with his famous In First blog. Chris, you truly are a force of nature with one goal in mind, the innovative education of your students. And for that, we'd like to honor you with this Macy's Magic of Innovation Award. Congratulations to you, Chris. Congratulations, that's really cool.
Thank you.
Smile right there for yourself. Nice job. Are you surprised? Yes. Congratulations, Chris. As the 45th governor of Florida, our next presenter has worked awfully hard to make education a priority in this state. As you heard from Commissioner Stewart's report card, it's working. Governor Scott has secured record funding for grades K through 12 and for higher education to ensure that students across our state have the knowledge and the skills that they need to reach their dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming the leader of this great state, Florida's Governor, Rick Scott.
First, Deborah, thank you. You do a wonderful job doing this. And I know from your heart you care about teachers, and you especially have a heart for Floridians. So, and eventually you'll move here like everyone else. So Ann and I just want to thank you. Every one of us has a story about our own childhood and how we got ahead. And you do so many things for individuals, and no one will ever be able to thank you enough. In my case, I was blessed. I had a wonderful mom, but we lived in public housing. And she told me the only way to get out of it is through education. And thank God I had the teachers I had that gave me the opportunity to get an education, eventually able to build business and do a variety of things. As you know, when I ran in 2010 and when I ran in 2014, I ran on a platform to get our state back to work. We were in trouble. And we've now added 1,118,000 jobs in 5 years and 5 months. But none of it would have happened without you. I just got back last night from a trip to London where I met with a variety of aerospace and aviation companies. And in every conversation, it's either tell me about your K-12 system. Will people want to should I build a business in your state? Will I be able to recruit workers because the families want to live in your state? To tell me about your state college system and your university system. It's all about education. You've got to have the right tax policy. You've got to have the right regulatory policy. You've got to do a lot of other things. But the truth is, but for what you're doing every day, we wouldn't have had any of the success. And think about all the individuals. Let's go back to 2010. When over a 4-year period, the state lost 832,000 jobs. Think of what you were dealing with in family by family. And because of what you've done, 1,118,000 families are better off. So congratulations on being winners in your districts. Congratulations to the finalists. It'll be exciting to announce the winner. But thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you're doing. You've had such a dramatic impact in the last the 5.5 years I've been governor. And on behalf of Ann and me, we want to thank you very much for what you've done. Bye-bye.
And Governor, we want to thank you. It wouldn't have happened without your leadership. Seriously, thank you for that. You didn't have to do it, and you did the right thing. Well, we've reached that moment when we're going to find out the answer to the question that 5 very anxious teachers and a lot of us else in this room have been wondering, who is going to be Florida's Teacher of the Year for 2017. Let's welcome back all 5 of our remarkable finalists to the big stage for the announcement. First up, Lori Zentz, Jessica Solano, Donald Blake, Precious Simonette, and Amy Miller. You all have touched our hearts in a spectacular way. Your stories are beautiful. What you're doing in the classrooms is exceptional, and we are all privileged to be in your company, and you are such a beautiful representative of what it means to be a teacher. God bless you, each of you, and that baby that's going to be coming next week. And now let's bring back Commissioner Pam Stewart and Leo Rourke, who will explain what the Teacher of the Year for 2017 will be receiving.
Thank you again, Deborah. Everyone back there is worried as to whether or not I'll actually be able to get through this, but
We got lots of water.
Fine. So, as we've learned this evening, and as you've seen, each one of our finalists are deserving of this very prestigious award. Yet only one will serve as the Krista McAuliffe Ambassador for Education for the state of Florida. All of our finalists, you've heard, were awarded $15,000 from the Department of Education and MACY'S, along with a grant of $1,000 from MACY'S for each of their schools.
The individual named the 2017 Teacher of the Year will receive a total of $20,000 from MACY'S and the Department of Education. They also get $1,000 for his or her school and a $1,000 wardrobe from MACY'S. There's also a trip to New York City, including airfare and accommodations for themselves and 3 guests to experience the excitement of the infamous Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The Teacher of the Year will spend the coming year representing all of Florida's teachers by appearing throughout the state to address the needs in education, both present and future. And who better to make the announcement that we've all been waiting for. Our 5 finalists are here on the stage, and we're going to ask Governor Rick Scott, First Lady Ann Scott, and Macy's Executive Vice President Dennis Whitty to return to the stage. And somebody's got an envelope, I believe. Is that right? Oh, Mr. Whitty does.
Thank you. What a great evening. And thank you, Deborah. It's been an exciting night tonight, but this next announcement is what we've all been waiting for. So, Governor Scott, will you please do us the honor in announcing the winner?
The 2017 Florida Department of Education Macy's Teacher of the Year is
Jessica Solano, Highlands Grove Elementary School, Polk County.
On behalf of Macy's, it's an honor to present you with this check for $20,000 as the 2017 Macy's and Florida Department of Education Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, you are an inspiration. Would you like to say a few words?
Hold on. Let me get these
Don't have that
pregnancy
baby.
tears out of the way. Oh my goodness. I am completely honored and so thankful. So thankful to so many, and the first one has got to be my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for being so merciful. He took my 5 loaves and 2 fish and has turned it into all this, and I am blown away every day that anyone would see potential in what I'm doing, because I'm just me. and I'm just so amazed and honored to be here. The State Department of Education, Governor Rick Scott, everyone I talk to is blown away by your generosity. And I am just so thankful that you guys are valuing education and that we feel so respected and honored and valued. My administration, they're both here, my past and present administration, my district, my superintendent, oh my goodness, so much support in Polk County. We really are doing amazing things. And we talked about trust this week, building that trust. My former principal took me, a brand new teacher at her school, when there was plenty of other teachers that she could have given it to, and gave me a class set of tablets and trusted me to run with it, and I have. My current principal, Dr. Henry, has just been so supporting. He's pushed me into those leadership roles and has never, ever, ever lost faith in me this entire time. And my husband, Gary, and my family has been amazing. He's learned to speak a second language called teacher talk. And he listens to most of what I say, so he's my rock, and I couldn't be here without him. So I love everybody, my kids, everyone who's ever talked to me and told me that we believe in you and you can do it. So thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 Florida Macy's Department of Education Teacher of the Year, Jessica Solano. Thank you so much to all of you who have made this night possible, and have a blast, Jessica. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you next year, and congratulations again to Jessica Solano, our 2017 Florida Department of Education Macy's Teacher of the Year.